Welcome everyone, it's me Lori from Inner Goddess Tarot. So today I'd like to throw a new spread at you. So I just created this spread for myself yesterday, and it talks about how to understand your own working style a little bit better. You know, how you work, how you learn, how you can thrive in a business or a work situation. Because, you know, I'm here alone at home a lot when I'm not with clients, and I've had to learn how to structure my time and understand myself a little bit better than I did when I was just in an office and, you know, people told me, we expect you to do this at this time and be here at these hours and all that stuff. So I've had a little bit of back and forth with trying to understand how I can thrive, because I understand, strangely, you know, I work well with structure, which I didn't know about myself, but the structure needs to be mine, one that I create, not that somebody else throws at me. So anyway, if you're in a situation where you're running your own business, and you're still figuring out how you flow, or if you're in a work situation where you feel like you're not thriving so much, like the situation isn't working for you, but you're not sure what would, give this spread a try. So I'm going to go through it really quickly here in this video, but if you'd like to see the full layout, full explanation, full example of my own reading, please go to my blog. So that's at innergoddesstarot.com. So innergoddesstarot.com. Okay, so how do I work best? That's the name of my little handy dandy spread here. So I guess figuring out myself how I work. So I'm going to show you my cards and go through it really quickly, and then please let me know what you think as well, and in the comments if you'd interpret them in a different way. So the first position in the spread is, what kind of worker am I? So I got the King of Cups. Okay, now this is a surprise to me because I don't usually identify with the kings. I'm all in the high priestess, the queens, that kind of stuff, right? So hey, this speaks to me, and that idea of structure that I mentioned. So as a king, I like to have structure. I like to be able to feel like I've done some long-term planning. I take things very seriously. I take my responsibilities seriously, but also I'm motivated by the heart. I'm in the world of cups there. So I work well when I feel like I'm really giving something of value and giving of myself and acting from a place of compassion and kindness. So, you know, even when things get wavy in the background there, I like to feel like I'm managing it from the heart and giving of myself. So, I mean, that feels good to see that. You know what, maybe I need to step into that king role a little bit more, or see it in myself and own it. Whereas usually I'd be like, oh, king, no, that's not me. So that surprised me. Okay, what motivates me at work or in my business? So this was another shocker. Two of Pentacles. So look at me juggling away, worrying about finances, worrying about keeping two separate businesses that I'm involved in, the tarot, and also that I conduct a lot of weddings. I'm a wedding officiant here in Ontario. So right now, yeah, this is me. My motivation is to keep everything up in the air, keep the money flowing. So this is a bit of a wake-up call for me because, you know, what kind of worker am I? I'm this heart-centered King of Cups, but right now I've gotten into a little bit of a loop where just the reactionary position that I mentioned and keeping things up in the air. So this to me is important. You know, I'm going to revisit that and say, how can I shift out of that back into the cups? Okay, what makes me feel depleted? Ten of Swords. Yeah, if there's a card that represents being depleted, I would say this is a pretty graphic representation of it. So yes, thinking, overthinking, carrying stress, that really depletes me. And this card tells me that needs to come to an end. Definitely, I feel that. Okay, so what kind of environment do I thrive in? Yes, hello, Six of Cups, back in that little friendly, heart-centered, kind world. So yeah, I guess I thrive in a little bit of a fairy tale world. I like things to be happy and kind and everybody to be nice to each other. And so that's not always the case, right? That's not always the way the world works. So it's good for me to be aware of not slipping into that sort of dream of this little idyllic fairy tale world for my business that I'm, you know, that's where I thrive. So I create that for myself with my surroundings and my clients and my colleagues. But to remember that if I'm not in this kind of environment, to have maybe a little bit of extra mindfulness and self-care. Okay. What am I good at? Wow, another really practical card, Ace of Pentacles. But you know what really strikes me with this card is like I see that, you know, that little archway leading out of the garden. Maybe, you know, that says to me, hey, I have a good solid foundation as far as work and business, and I really nurture and take care of what I'm working on. But also I like to go outside of that comfort zone sometimes and go up into the mountains and see what adventure is there. So I think that that's a good combination of keeping that strong foundation, but also being willing to put myself out on a limb a little bit. Okay, what area could use some improvement? Well, another 10. The cards are speaking pretty in my face and clearly today. So yeah, I take on too much, and not in a graceful way. Because look at that, I'm going to hurt my back carrying that. Why am I doing it like that? Right? There must be a better way, an easier way for me to manage things. And if I'm feeling like I'm spreading myself too thin, can some of those ones be let go of? Or can I, if I don't want to let go of them, how can I make them flow in a better way rather than seeing it or feeling it as a burden? You know, I can't see where I'm going, so there's no long-term planning there. So that's another, yes, I hear your message and I'm on it. Okay. How can I make the most of my skills and talents at work or in business? So what a nice shift here too. So here we have the Ace of Swords. So really taking ownership again. Look at how that hand is holding that victorious sword. And it's a sort of truth and being honest with myself and being true to my own path. So make the most of my skills and talents, will really use them and use them in a smart way, a way that's aligned with who I am, and know that there's still a lot of room for that to expand and grow there. Okay, so the last card in the spread, so this is an 8-card spread. The last one is, which card can I call upon to inspire me or keep me on track? And I love this card. Queen of Wands. So yes, I love her. I resonate with her. That King of Cups, I have to get to know a little bit better. But oh, this feels good to me. That's who I want to be. You know, that fiery, passionate, driven, decisive queen who's in charge of her kingdom and yet still is connected with mystery and intuition. Feels inspired and joyful at what she's doing. So yeah, this is a beautiful card to inspire me because I already look to that Queen of Wands a lot for advice and inspiration. Okay. So I encourage you to give that spread a try, just to reflect a little bit about yourself, you know, what works for you. So rather than trying to fight the situation that you're in or, you know, mold yourself into something that doesn't work for you, use this spread to take a look at what your style is, where you might thrive, where you might have challenges, and that can help you to navigate the situation that you're currently in, and also to work towards creating one for you that really supports you and helps you to thrive. So this could be work, this could be, you know, hobbies or personal projects, just recognizing, you know, how you thrive and get things done in a joyful way that's aligned with your own philosophy and your own purpose. So thanks for watching. As I mentioned, please visit my blog at innergoddesstarot.com for a full layout and pictures of the, you know, pictures of how the spread actually plays out, and more detailed explanation of how I interpreted it. And I encourage you to try it, and please comment and let me know how it goes. Thanks. Bye.